You've doubled the Democrats' fundraising here in the final stretch. Am I right about that?
Yeah, we're crushing them on every front.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for watching The Yard Sign. It is my privilege and that of this little podcast to have the chairman of the Republican Party of Florida, my buddy Joe Gruters. How you doing, Joe?
Fantastic, Jonathan. Thanks so much for having me on today.
This is going to run on Election Day, and so, of course, I'm sure all of these amazing candidates that we have throughout the state are out there, pushing for those last-minute votes. Some of them are doing some door knocking. We got the sign waving going on. I'm sure you're probably still exhausted. You just crisscrossed the state doing a big push here in the final week. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, listen, what we're trying to do is we're trying to hit as many counties as we possibly can to really motivate people to get out there and do the basics of grassroots work, the blocking and tackling. The Biden campaign walked 0 doors last week. The Trump team hit 1 million doors here in Florida. We've hit over 600,000 doors this cycle already. We've had 14 million voter contacts. We're really just a well-oiled machine on fire. I was the 2016 co-chair for the Trump campaign here, and at the very peak, we had 62 employees. Right now, we're at over 180, and so things are doing. Like I said, we are well on our way to victory, and we have a lot more stops. I think, and I'll be here on Election Day all day in Sarasota to do what I'm still. Although we have an acting chair, we still have a lot of competitive races here. But then on Wednesday, I'll be in Fort Myers doing the leading a MAGA meetup, talking about the Democrat convention and doing some press hits there. And then the next day, I'll be in Orlando and Tampa. And listen, it's literally every day. And then we're off to the convention for a couple of days and right back at it. And we're not going to stop. My vice chairman, Christian Ziegler, has been joining me, and we're going to go out and, like I said, hit as many counties as possible because as they're sitting in their basement trying to win campaigns, we're actually winning the campaign by working it on the ground. And like I said, we're so lucky to have a seamless relationship with the RNC and the Trump campaign to where we're literally a well-oiled machine. We're going to keep on going.
Well, and as you just said, you and Christian have been out there killing it like Batman and Robin, crisscrossing the state, really pushing the grassroots and these candidates to get out there and win elections the old-fashioned way, because, again, there's no reason why we can't still go out and knock on doors. And look, as a digital guy, when I first got involved in politics, I'm like, what's this knocking on doors nonsense? Like, what's that going to do for you? And, all these years later, again, it's tried and true, and it wins elections across the country. And it's incredibly exciting to see, again, your leadership, not only in putting the word out, and motivating these campaigns and these grassroots volunteers to get out there and knock on doors, but doing it yourself, because leading by example is so huge, especially when every vote is going to count in this cycle. And being that we have so many amazing candidates across the state that need every little bit of help that we can give them, right?
That's exactly right. And listen, when tomorrow ends and we hit the general election, this is not a persuasion campaign. This is a get out the vote campaign. That's why, the Democrats like to talk about their absentee advantage, but if you look at their return rate, it's not very impressive. They have low intensity for their candidates. We have super high intensity on ours. We're going to make sure that our voters get out there. And this is strictly a get out the vote effort overall. It's and what we're focused on is it doesn't matter if you're running for county commission, hospital board, charter review board, whatever's in your county, you're going to probably do the same as the president in your community. And so that's why it's a rising tide lifts all ships. And that's why the fact that we have the largest data-driven campaign in the history of campaigns is going to help. For the fact that we're hitting so many doors and making so many voter contacts, it really will make the difference at the end. And I always tell everybody, if you want to help, go to armyfortrump.com and sign up, and you can end up walking with us. We usually give you a free breakfast or lunch and lots of hats. And we're literally going to hit almost every county between now and before the election.
I just do want to give a quick congratulations. I just saw, across my social media feeds, you've doubled the Democrats' fundraising here in the final stretch. Am I right about that?
Yeah, we're crushing them on every front, and
that is unbelievable.
It's great to have great partners. Listen, we have the whole Republican team here in Florida working together to make sure that we win these races, because it's not just the president's race. We got a couple congressional races we could flip. We got a couple of state Senate races we could flip. I know we're going to win a couple of state House races. So literally we're just doing real well, and we're going to just keep on going and make sure that the entire team ends up on top in November.
Well, and even in terms of voter registrations, I mean, again, RPOF outperforming the Florida Democrats in voter registrations across the state. I mean, it's not even close.
Well, if you think about it, that's Andrew Gillum a year ago said they were going to register 1 million new voters, and they have had numerous campaigns. We beat them by 73,000 voters over the last 4 years, essentially, since 2016. And that's the real number you got to look at when you look at party success, because in a race where you had just 2 years ago, where you had the top of the ticket with the governor winning by 11,000 votes, U.S. Senator Rick Scott winning by 33,000 votes in a state of 21 million, every vote counts. And so while they can hype up whatever successes they think they may have, we're winning the actual ground battle. We're winning the daily battle. We're winning the monetary advantage, the resource battle, essentially. But they have a candidate that's hiding in their basement and volunteers that won't necessarily do any work. And so I would consider ourselves extremely lucky, and that's what's going to make the difference. It's going to be the ground game of the Trump team, the entire digital operation, which is second to none, and of course the man of the hour, the leader that will continue to provide rule of law, low taxes, data-driven healthcare decisions that will keep our community safe and strong. And that's our leader, Donald Trump, and that's on top of taking us back to the best economy this world's ever seen. And he did it once. I know he can do it again. Florida's resilient. We're lucky, but listen, I think that along with having America's #1 governor, I think we're set up here to have a real successful year for the Republican Party.
Yeah, no, look, you're absolutely right. I mean, when we see the stories of the mass exodus that is happening, from these ultra liberal states like New York and California, where are they coming to? They're coming to Florida. And I think it's because of the leadership, again, from the top on down, from Ron DeSantis, and even down to our local leaders across the state that continue to do what's right and to continue to keep Florida attractive for what it is, which is, a low tax state where you can come and start up a business out of your garage, and, you've got sunshine, you've got the beaches, you've got, some just a beautiful state to live in, work and play in. One of the bittersweet things about, this time of year is certainly that, especially here in the Bay Area, we have so many amazing candidates, and we got to whittle it down in this primary process, especially given one of the races you mentioned over in Pinellas County, a congressional seat that is certainly within our reach. I know you can't take sides in these races, and we just want to get all the Republicans out there to vote. But in addition to, 15, 16, what are some of the more important races from your perspective as the party chairman that we really need people to turn out for?
Well, no question, we could take Charlie Crist out. Yeah, I think he's super vulnerable on the left, and I think no matter whatever candidate we have that emerges as the victor there, I think we have a good chance of taking that one back. Mayor Jimenez, I think we have a good chance of winning that seat, and the other Congresswoman, Marisol Pascal, I think we could take her out as well. And those are three potential pickups on our side at the congressional level. And there's some other races out there that we have a chance at, but I would say those are the top three. And then, of course, state Senate races. We got to hold a couple of Jason Broder and Anne Marie Rodriguez. I would say are the ones we are defending the most. But listen, there's a couple of seats. Senator Rodriguez down in Miami, I think he's vulnerable. I think there's an open seat in Tallahassee that's controlled by the Democrats. We got a great candidate there. And so, with everything that's happening across the state, with the momentum that we have, with the resources we have, that's where it's really going to come into play, and where we're going to be able to have a couple of surprises pop up. And I think, like I said, I think we're going to do extremely well here in Florida because, listen, they're not out there campaigning on the ground. We are. And not only are we campaigning on the ground, we're campaigning on the ground in a major way. And we have our intensity is literally off the charts. Florida loves this president. They love the governor. Together, they make such a strong team. But listen, we are well on our way to victory because exactly right. It's not only the top, but it's all of our elected officials across the state, including in the legislature, including at the county levels. And as a result, all that momentum, all of our candidates running collectively together as a single unified team, which essentially we are, I think we'll have a major victory. I don't want to call it an upset because I think that we're the favorites right now here in Florida, but I'm looking for big things to come November.
Yeah, well, and again, no easy task, and again, I appreciate and admire you guys for crisscrossing the state to motivate everybody to not only come out and vote, but also to get involved, and that's also such a key part about this. You know, whether it's a candidate or the party in general, you know, the value that each volunteer brings to the whole chemistry of winning an election. You know, and speaking of which, I don't even know how you guys do it. I mean, Joe, I believe you're also on the ballot down in Sarasota. I mean, how do you juggle that, being a business owner, a state representative? I mean, like I'm here. I can't make the math add up. I don't know that there are that many hours.
Well, I'll say my opponent wants to ban sunscreen. She wants to prevent you from eating hamburgers, and she wants to defund the police. And so I'm excited about my chances against my opponent. Listen, you can't take it lightly. I'm running a full-scale operation. I'll probably spend more money this campaign than I've ever spent before. I think we're going up on TV probably as early as next week, but but I'm committed to doing whatever I have to do to win here. But I think that I think overall statewide we're going to, like I said, do extremely well, and I'll continue to be out pounding the pavement statewide as my campaign team, and I will continue to do events in my district. But I'm focused on making sure we deliver for the president statewide.
Yeah, look, and so far, you know, I don't see how anybody could say that you haven't. And you know, what's also great too is having a president that acknowledges the importance of Florida, so much so that he moved here, right? And first of all, you know, and second of all, that he continues to spend time on the I-4 corridor, which continues to be the bellwether for the state. You know, we just had John Pence in town this weekend here in Tampa. You know, the president was just here a couple weeks before that. You know, I personally got to, you know, attend, you know, his arrival over in Orlando. I mean, it's exciting to see Florida get the acknowledgement and the credit it deserves when it comes to determining the outcome of our national elections. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, no question about it. Florida is the big prize. This is the state that both parties have to win. We specifically have to win. If we don't win Florida, we're toast. But like I said, I mean, I think that Florida is well positioned as a result of the leadership, as a result of everything we've done, and as a result of what's happening on a daily basis on the ground right now. We are looking for big things come November, but we're going to keep on hammering it every day. 77 days left, and we won't stop until we claim victory.
So final question here, and maybe this one's for the big guy in DC, but you know, how do we get Joe Biden out of his basement to agree to a debate?
Well, listen, I think that their whole strategy is to keep him hidden. Obviously, it's kind of sad that his what it seems like mental lapses and just his loss of cognitive skills are at a point to where they have to keep him hidden, because obviously he was a great speaker for a long time, and but now not so much. And in order to try to prop him up. I think they'll continue to hide him. I think that they'll try to stop any type of debate because once he goes into a debate with the president will annihilate him, and I think the race will be over. So expect them to that they're not going to debate him unless it's by Zoom or something crazy. But hopefully the American public will continue to be able to see through that, and the president will continue to listen. We just finished a bus tour here in Florida with Corey Lewandowski and with others, Pam Bondi and the Lieutenant Governor Nunez and other superstars. We're going to be doing so many events across the state. It's going to be so exciting to be a part of this movement, because at the end of the day, what we're really doing is we're saving our country, and America is worth fighting for. It's worth going out. It's worth going out there and fighting on a daily basis. All we need is one more Supreme Court justice to really save our country for a generation, and we're close. We could do it. We have the resources and manpower and leadership and team and intensity, and we love the president, and we're going to make it happen.
Well, and on that note, I just want to remind people that if you do want to get involved, again, there are so many roles that you can take on any given campaign, certainly with the president's campaign, whether it be putting out signs, making phone calls, going door to door. Joe, just to kind of remind everybody one more time, if they do want to get involved with the president's campaign or any of our campaigns across the state, what do they need to do?
Well, I would first go to your local headquarters. We have so many headquarters opened up across the state. I would go talk to them first, but you can call us at the Florida GOP or go to Army for Trump. And we're pushing all volunteers. Like I said, we're running a seamless campaign this cycle. So we're pushing everybody to the Trump team, and with our field organizers that are out there working on the Trump victory operation. You'll get a call back, and hopefully you could join us at one of our future stops.
All right, Joe, thank you so much for joining me today, and we'll absolutely be catching up with you after the fact, so to kind of digest what's taking place over this primary night, but, get some rest, and we'll talk to you soon.
Awesome. See you, Jonathan. Bye-bye, buddy.